Hello. So today I will be talking about how much I love riding my bike. What's the reason that I love riding my bike? Before we get to that, let me just introduce myself first. My name is Mobile Lukman bin Rahman and I'm from MC243 R3A class. Why did I choose to ride a bike in my life? There's this one thing about riding a bike that makes you feel free, especially when you are fast enough. It makes you forget all the problems that you have inside your life for temporary. This year 2023, it's been around 5 years since I've been riding my bike. And to talk about the bike, I've got it since 2018 and it's performing like a charm until today. It never gave me even one slight of headache and I still love that bike until today. So when I got my first bike during 2018, I was 18 years old at that time. My parents does not support my hobby at that time because it was too dangerous. I mean, it was understandable because they concerned about my safety, right? Especially in Malaysia, the average accidents that happen are due to motorcycles, which is really concerning if you ask me. But despite all the bad things, I think on certain part you need to discard all the negative thoughts and start to focus on the positive ones. So when I got my bike during 2018, I was the happiest teenager during that time and I really love that bike so much. I mean, I still have it today and I still use it and it's performing like a charm. Like, I really love it. So let me talk about my experience riding that bike. And when I say my experience, I'm not talking about just riding it back and forth to work or to school or to anywhere. No, I'm talking like I really use it to the fullest. Let me just list down some of my destination that I've been with that bike. Genting, I've been to Genting Highland for 4 or 5 times. I think 5 times. And I've ride that bike to Kuantan and back from Melaka to Kuantan, which is around like 500 kilometers. I think 500 kilometers ish, something like that. And it took me like 5 hours. 5 hours. And it was the hardest ride that I ever done in my life. The amount of time that I've ride my bike to Senawang or Seremban from Melaka, I think it is uncountable because I think I did that way too much if you ask me. So one day it just doesn't get enough for me. I just got into highway, I ride the bike, I feel the wind breezing through my body to my hand while listening to a few songs using my AirPods and keep that on repeat. And one day it just became repetitive in my life and I feel like I want more. So yes, I did more. So one day, one of my motorcycle friend group literally proposed to us, how about we take our bike to the track? And I was like a real track? And then and his answer just like, yeah, a real track. So I feel like, okay, let's do it. And boom, all my motorcycle friends just bought their own suits, they bought their own helmets. And at that point, I feel like I do not want to buy the suits and helmets because it's really expensive and I think I'm gonna use it only once or twice. And so what I did is I just borrowed it from my friend. I did get into the track. I did do some few laps and so on, and it was really I think the first time when I got into the track, I feel like I can just handle it really well, but eventually no, I got humble really quick. When the first time I got into track, I can feel the power for my bike. As soon as I reached the first corner, I dropped down my gear and I tried to do a knee down. And when I tried to do it, I thought it was really easy, but eventually no. It was really hard to do it. I got humble really quick only on the first corner and the first lap. And I feel like, wow, track is really hard. So I did some practice, I did some few laps and so on with my friends. And yeah, I did kiss the road only once, which is a good record for me, I guess. All in all, we had fun playing tracks. And then the fun just ended there because one day I got involved in an accident. The accident occurred the 4th of January 2022. And for me, maybe some people will see just a normal thing, but for me, after 4 years of riding a bike and never got involved in any major accident, and I feel like it was one of the most traumatic things in my life. But it's not the accident that actually made me trauma for the whole year. It's actually what happened during the accident. When I got into the accident, there are like 2 of my friends that actually came to me, and one of them is the one friend that I couldn't save when he got involved into an accident. Let's just say it affects me until today because of how heartbreaking it is. When I got into an accident, he came for me, but by the time he's the one that got into an accident, I couldn't make it because it was just too late for me. And that's actually the one thing that made me trauma for the whole life until now. To be completely honest, I'm still sad about it, and I took lesson from it to stop what I'm doing. Just use my motorcycle now as part of my transport, not something that I should be having fun on. And that's the one turning point in my life that I still have until today. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening to my experience. What's up 4.0? Good night.